One.
O come, let us sing unto Yodevave. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving and make a joyful noise unto him with psalms. For Yodevave is a great Elohim, a great creator. In his hands are the deep places, the well that you talked about earlier of the earth. O come, let us worship and bow down, for he is our God. We are the people of his pasture and the sheep of his hand. Today, if you will, Shema, intelligently heareth obedience his voice. Psalm 92. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to Wellwater Ministry. It's been such a chaotic evening. Great day in the morning.
Life.
People being people and life being life, flesh being flesh. But we shall overcome because we are victorious in his name. You see, someone asked me the other day at work. They said, Jeff, are you doing Black Friday? I said, huh? Man, no. I mean, after Thanksgiving, why would I do anything called black? Now, before anybody says anything, I'm not saying Black Friday shopping is pagan. I'm not saying that. It's just that, well, after a celebration of Thanksgiving, I cannot wait for the Shabbat. I don't want to do a Black Friday. I want to do a Rev Shabbat. That, my friends, is what Friday is to me. The preparation of my rest in him. And they said, why do you keep Shabbat? I said, nay, my friend. Shabbat keeps me. You see, it's my engagement ring. It is my blessings. It is my rock. It is the fruit of my salvation. That I obey my fiance's desire, that I rest with him, through him, and in him. On the day that he chose, that is, for all created in his image, on day 7. Does anyone here know the 4th Hebrew letter? What's the 4th Hebrew letter?
Dalet.
Dalet. What does Dalet mean? It means door, right? Well, what's the 4th commandment? The Shabbat. Is that a coincidence or obedience that the Shabbat is the door to obedience? It is a sign between Yodevave and you that you are obedient to his covenant. That's Exodus 31:13. They go hand in hand. You can't have salvation without obedience. You can't have faith without obedience. You cannot have Yeshua without obedience. You see, your Messiah stands at the door and knocks, not only for the lost to enter, but for his chosen to obey his Father's Shabbat. He's knocking on the door right now. And you know what? I am thankful for his Shabbat. And so thankful for our Rev Shabbat service and all the people here.
Yes.
For without y'all tonight, there's no telling what I would have done. But I'm truly thankful for his well. For you see, I am watching his well. And that's what I want to talk about this Shabbat, watching the well. See, last week in Toledo, we saw that we should be digging wells of oath, Beersheba, wells of love and mercy and grace and peace, and covering up those wells of Esed, strife and envy, and the wells of Sitnah, hostility and false accusations. Well, this week in Vayetze, and he went, we will see that we should be watching the well. Not only digging the well and covering the well and sitting at the well, but we should be watching the well. Stay with me. I know where the train's going. Woo-hoo. You see, this is parashah number 7, Vayetze, and it means, and he went. It's from Bereshit, or in English, Genesis, chapter 28:10 through 32:3. It starts with Jacob's departure, and he went from Beersheba, the well of oaths, to Haran. And that was Jacob's mother, Rebekah's birthplace. Jacob's first night, he dreams of a stairway to Shamayim, to heaven. And here, Yodevave tells Jacob that his descendants will be barak, they will be blessed, and that they will inherit the land that Yodevave already promised Abraham and Isaac. It's a family tradition. As it is now, it is our task to continue this inheritance, if you will, of that land that Yodevave promised them, of New Jerusalem, and compel all to join us and attend the wedding in the garden. Then Jacob finally arrives to Haran, where he is welcomed by Laban, who is his mother, Rebekah's brother, and he meets Laban's 2 daughters, Rebekah and Leah. Now, Jacob is smitten by the beauty of Laban's daughter, Rachel, as I was with my wife, brownie points. But he makes a deal with Laban to marry Rachel by working for him 7 years. And when the time for the marriage arrives, well, Laban tricks him. Well, the trickster got tricked, and he sends Leah to the tent. And when the trickster protests because he was being tricked, Laban explains to him, it is custom in our land for the oldest to marry first. But if you work another 7 years, I will give you Rachel. So Jacob agrees. So after working many years for Laban, Jacob is ready to take his family, consisting of 2 wives and their maidservants, whom he also had children with, and his now 12 children, and start his own family in his father's land. So Jacob has decided to return to his homeland, so he works out an agreement with Laban and starts his journey back to his homeland with his family. Now, that's a lot to digest in a short time. So I just want to quickly talk about Jacob's dream and his meeting Rachel at the well. And we see in Bereshit, Genesis 28:10 through 29:3, where Jacob has a dream. So I want to read this, and I want you to watch the well with me. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran. And he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took of the stones of that place and put them for his pillows, and laid down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set upon the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of Yod-Vav ascending and descending on it. And behold, Elohim stood above it and said, I am the Yod-Vav Elohim of Abraham thy father, and the Elohim of Isaac. The land whereon thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and they shall spread abroad to the west, to the east, to the north, and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land, for I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee. I'm going to read that again. He said, I will bring you home. I'm not going to leave you out there. I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. But will we do what we said we're going to do? We'll preach on that some other night. And so Jacob awaked out of his sleep, and he said, surely Yod-Vav is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid and said, how dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of Elohim, and this is the gate of Shamayim, the gate of heaven. And Jacob rose up early in the morning, and took the stone that he had put for his pillows, and set it up for a pillar, and poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel. But the name of that city was called Luz at the first. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, if Elohim will be with me, and will keep me in this way that I go, and will give me bread to eat and raiment to put on, so that I come to my father's house in shalom and peace, then shall the Yod-Vav be my Elohim. And this stone which I have set for a pillar shall be Yod-Vav's house, and all that thou shalt give me, I will surely give the tenth unto thee. Then Jacob went on his journey, and came into the land of the people of the east. And he looked, and behold, a well in the field. And lo, there were 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. For out of that well they watered the flocks. And a great stone was upon the well's mouth. And thither were all the flocks gathered. And they rolled the stone from the well's mouth, and watered the sheep, and put that stone again upon the well's mouth in his place. We see Jacob taking of the stones of that place and using them as pillars and laying down to sleep. Now, as me and Rabbi Rose was talking, and she touched on a little bit, and I read it, I couldn't find it, but she confirmed it. This is Mount Moriah, the same place that Abraham went to sacrifice Isaac. So he said he took the stones from that place and made a pillar. He took stones from the altar that Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac on, and he made himself a pillar. Now see, the word pillar in Hebrew is marah ashah. It means a headpiece or a headrest, maybe like a headboard, if you will. And it said Jacob laid his head up against a stone. Jacob made that stone his headpiece. It became his headrest. You see, stone in Hebrew is what? A ben. Ab being the father, ben being the son. Jacob laid his head in the lap of the father's son. He found comfort in the night, all alone, running for his life from death to a new land. A trickster, a liar who stole his brother's birthright and then his blessing, now looking for peace. And where did he find it? In the lap of Yeshua. Oh man, hallelujah. It's time that we make a pillar of that stone and make Yeshua, as Jacob did, our pillar of comfort in our wilderness, in our hurt, but also in our peace. I think a lot of times we want to lay at the foot of Jesus and make him our headboard, Daniel, when we're in trouble. I don't think, like you was talking about a while ago, you saw a meme or something on Facebook that said, if what you think Yod-Vav for yesterday you had today, what would you have? I will have trouble and misery, because sometimes I don't think we rest on him with our praise and our worship and our peace. We want to run to him when we're in the wilderness, when we're falling in a well, when we don't know what to do, when we're running scared for our life. We should be going to this well with praise and worship also. And when Jacob did, he dreamed of angels ascending and descending with Elohim at the top. You see, what was happening in the physical, a trickster, a liar, and a cheat, he was at the foot of the cross. And the angels, they were ascending after taking notes. For we all have angels documenting all that we do, and not only the good, but also the bad. And Yod-Vave said unto this trickster, I am Yod-Vave. I am Elohim of Abraham and Isaac. I am with thee as I was with them. And I will bless your seed as the dust of the earth. Brothers and sisters, can I tell you, no matter what you have done, if you will make that pillow and use that stone and lay your head in his lap, the heavens will open up for you too. And the angels will ascend and say, oh, holy is your name. Your child is here. And Yod-Vave will bless thee. And then Jacob awakes and he proclaims, surely Yod-Vave is in this place, and I knew it not. Well, let me tell you now, Yod-Vave is in this place, for we are gathered on his moed, his fourth commandment, his Shabbat, made for all who follow him. Abba, we have remembered your Shabbat, and we are honoring it. Look down upon us and bless us with your presence. That's what we should all be praying. You see, we may not be able to see that ladder, but we know that your angels are ascending now, documenting in heaven what we are doing on earth, and we're doing your Shabbat.
That's right.
We are wearing our engagement ring.
That's right.
We are looking for our blessings for our wedding vows. Can you not smell the sweet fragrance? See, he can smell the sweet fragrance of our worship, and it pleases him. And that's what we should want. We should want our praises to be lifted up to him. Torah, because Torah, you see, Yod-Vave will not move if we do not worship him. We have to lift him up before he will move. He wants to smell our fragrance. Sometimes we got to cut the fat away, the world, but sometimes we just need to worship him so he can smell the fat of our worship. And they say, you know what? Oh, his name that is holy. Look at them little red Shabbat people. There's 6, 7, 8 of them gathered in the house tonight because they are honoring and remembering your Shabbat. And Jacob rose up and made an altar and poured oil over it. And he called it Bethel, house of El, house of God. And listen to me now. Jacob vowed a vow. If Yod-Vave be with me, if Yod-Vave keep me, if Yod-Vave give me bread, if Yod-Vave clothe me, so that I come to my father's house in Shalom, then shall Yod-Vave be my Elohim. Now, was Jacob bargaining with Yod-Vave? Or was Jacob simply saying, if you will, then I will? Or was Jacob looking for a sign? Was Jacob saying, okay, Yod-Vave, if you can do all I ask, when I return here to where I laid my pillow, where I made from your stone, I will worship you as my Elohim, my creator. You see, I know you're my Yod-Vave, you're my God. But show me you're my Elohim, that you're my creator, and I will worship you where I met you. Guys, maybe we shouldn't bargain with Yod-Vave, but we can ask for a sign. And we can ask, show me who you are, and I will worship you where I met you. Oh, watch the well. Just watch the well. You see, Jacob went on his journey, and he found himself watching a well, right? He was sitting at the well, and he was watching the well. And this well he was watching had 3 flocks gathered, waiting to drink. But there was a big stone covering its mouth. But once all 3 flocks were gathered, and the time was right, the stone was rolled away, and all 3 flocks drank as one. And then Jacob meets Rachel, and his life was changed forever. We saw how Rachel's dad tricked the trickster and gave him Leah first. Then Laban had the trickster work another 7 years for Rachel. But the trickster loved who he met at the well, Jennifer. And he served his additional 7 years because he was watching the well, and he loved who he met at the well. You see, Jacob the trickster was himself tricked, and he had to struggle and fight for his blessing for 2 decades. But even in all this deceit, Jacob remembered his vow, and he realized Yod-Vave was with him. He had the love of his life. He had 12 children. He had sheep, cattle, manservants, and maidservants. Yod-Vave kept him and fed him. Daniel, he had bread to eat. Yeah. And he was about to return to his father's house in Shalom. And it all happened because of what? Because he watched the well. You see, when Jacob entered into Haran, he was a trickster, a cheater, and a liar. But when he left, he had matured into a man of strength, reason, and integrity. You see, Jacob poured out his cup from his well, and he started drinking from this well. You see, Jacob drank from the same well that the Samaritan woman did before he ever dug it. For Yeshua has always been the well, and he always will be. Watch the well. You see, we must understand when one is in the wilderness, or maybe still in Mitzrayim, Egypt, in the sin, they destroy themselves. Hosea 13:6-7 explains it perfectly. They were filled and the heart exalted. They have forgotten me. Therefore, I will be unto them as a lion, as a leopard. I will meet them as a bear whose cubs have been taken away. I will tear their hearts from their bodies and will devour them like a lion. The wild beast shall tear them. But once one hits the land of vine and olives, their father's land, they will follow the desires of the master's heart. Hosea 14:5-7 says, and this is so beautiful. Listen, I will be as the dew unto Israel. He shall grow as the lily. His branches shall spread, and his beauty shall be as the olive tree. And his smell is Lebanon, and grow as the vine. The scent shall be as the wine of Lebanon. Can you smell it? Can you see it? The love of our Elohim. None of that could happen without what? The life-sustaining water at the well. It's so important we watch the well, because there is death without the well. And we learn there is life in the well in a community. You see, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh's not forgotten you. He is still at the well. We need his well to strengthen us. It enables us to run our race. You see, we must drink from him at his well and give others his water. We must be watching the wells, because others will try and cover up our wells of love, mercy, grace, and peace. We've got to watch the well. And they'll try to dig up our wells of strife, envy, hate, discord, hostility, and false accusations. We've got to watch the well. As Jacob was watching the well, he met the love of his life, and he rolled away the stone and watered her. We need to be watching the well. What I see is the well is where the bride of Isaac was found, and where Jacob found his bride. There's something about that well, Heather. Remember Jacob saw 3 flocks, all gathered together, waiting on the stone to be rolled away so they could all drink together? You know what I see? I see the flock of Judah, the flock of Israel, and the flock of nations, all waiting to become the one new man and drink together from his well. You see, there's coming a day when that stone, you know, the stone that the builders rejected, he will once again roll the stone away, and all. And what does all mean? All means all, and that's all that all can mean. All those who worship the God of Abraham, the God of our Bibles, and all that lay their heads on the lap of Yeshua will be brought together at one time and will drink from his well forevermore. Now, to me, that is Thanksgiving. Do you know how to say Thanksgiving in Hebrew? Yodah. Yodah. It means to worship with extended hands. And it's spelled with a yod, a dalet, and a hey. It can mean, behold the hand that holds the door. It can mean, behold the hand that will roll that stone away from your well so that you can drink his living water with him. That is Thanksgiving. You see, we must watch the well. We must be at the well to serve others. But we must cover all wells of strife and hostility and uncover love, grace, love, mercy, peace. We must watch the well. For when that friend comes, like in Mark chapter 2, where the 4 friends took their friend on top of the house and ripped the roof off to lower him down to Yeshua, we need to be watching our well, because we might have to rip that stone off the well and lower our friend down to drink of him. We've got to watch the well. So let's get out our mercy picks and our grace shovels and our hallelujah rags and drink of his water. And let's watch the well, water the lost. You see, we're not the only ones trying to reach the lost sheep. So is the drug dealer, the prostitutes, the bars. It's why we must be vigilant at the well. You see, believe it or not, they're watching our wells. You better believe that the lost are watching which well we drink from, which well we dig, which well we uncover, and which wells we cover. And our Messiah, he is watching too. Let me tell you a story about my wife watching the well, how she made a vow with Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh at Andrew Jackson State Park. She said, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, show me. And Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh said, I will, but you have to stay. And how she kept that vow, and how I put her through, well, Isaac and Satan, strife, discord, false accusations that were true. And yet, even after maybe 10 years, through her sitting at the well, through her giving me drink from his well, through her digging wells of love, peace, mercy, grace, and definitely forgiveness, she was covering up my wells of self-destruction. One day, I returned to the well, Ellie. And she was sitting and waiting. She was watching the well. Even through all I put her through, she kept her vow. And Yodevave blessed her and kept her. And now here I am. Because she watched the well. And can I tell you, we got married at that well. We were married at the very place she made that vow with Yodevave, where she put oil on the altar and stayed vigilant, watching the well. That's why we got married there. Because that's what she made. That's where she built her altar. And it said, I'm going to go. But if you show me your God, I'm going to come back. Right here. Where I made my well. Where I made my vow with you. Where I built my altar. She was not bargaining with Yodevave. She, just as Jacob said, I know you are Yodevave, but show me you're my creator. I have kept my vow. Water me. I'm at your well. And he did. Did it matter how long it took? No. Ask her. It doesn't. Was this not worth the wait? I mean, not the wait for me, but for her and her vow to Yodevave. For Yodevave to show her, I am that I am. If you make a vow with him and you keep your part, no matter where you go, he said, I'll be here. I will keep you. I will bless you. Come back to the place where you met me. Come back to the well. Genesis 31:13 says, I am the God of Bethel, where thou anointest a pillar, and where thou vowest a vow unto me. Now arise, get thee out of this land, and return to the land of thy kindred. Watch the well. Their lives depend on it. So do mine, Rabbi Rose. If she wouldn't stay watching the well, where would I be? It's time that we return to where we met Yodevave, at his well, and sit and water others. Digging little Jacob's wells and watering others along the way. That's what well water ministry is about. We must dig love, peace, mercy, and grace, and cover up the world of strife, envy, hate, and discord. Bury our wells of hostility, anger, and false accusations. For all are watching our wells. But are we watching our wells? What we dig, or what we cover up? Remember how Isaac found a bride at the well? And so did Jacob. You see, there's a groom right now watching the well, looking for his bride, us. And I plan on being at that well, sitting there waiting for him to roll away that stone, so that not only I, but all three flocks will drink as one again. Israel reunited at last at his well, drinking from his cup with him forevermore.
Amen.
Watch the well, guys. Their lives depend on our wells being his well, our fruit being his fruit, our walk being his walk, our watch being his watch. For the groom is waiting on his virgin bride at the well. He is watching. Are you at the well watching for him? Shabbat shalom.
Amen.
Shalom.
Amen.